A formula gives the relationship between variables. A simple example might be the circumference of a circle. So C equals pi times by d, where C is the circumference of a circle, pi is a constant, 3.14159, and so on. It's irrational, so it carries on forever. And d is the diameter. A formula is distinct from an equation, as an equation can have at most one variable. So instead of showing a relation between variables, an equation can be used to calculate the value of a single variable, whereas a formula will need the other variables for the unknown variable to be found. So, for example, in this case, if we want to find c, we need to know d. Pythagoras' theorem is the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. If the length of the base and the height of a right-angled triangle is known, they can be substituted into a and b to find the unknown variable, c in this case, which is known as the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle. This is a very famous formula. Formulae are created to help with making the same calculations multiple times, but with different parameters. It is expected of us to be able to create formulae given some information. Firstly, we must find out what the subject of the formula is, i.e. what you want to work out, and then what that value is dependent on. For example, if a car rental company charges £50 per day to rent a car plus an additional 10p per mile, then we can create a formula for the cost of the hire car. The variables the cost depends on are the number of days the car is hired, that we can call T. So that's the number of days hired. And the number of miles the car travels, that we can call D. So that's the number of miles travelled. We can then call the cost C, and we can form a formula. So we want C equals, remember it was £50 per day, so that's 50 lots of T, because T is the number of days hired, plus 10p per mile, so that's 0.1 D, because D is the number of miles travelled. So now, as long as we know the number of miles travelled and the number of days it's hired for, we can work out the cost regardless of those two values. And this will give us the answer C, the cost in pounds. If you found this video useful, why not try the topic test on our learning platform? Here, you can answer a series of questions and get instant feedback on how you've done. So you can see for every problem you have a written solution that exactly explains how you should have solved the problem.